Aye, Nigel. Having been completely schooled by the Albanian PM, if only your brains were as big as your balls, because it really took some doing to do a video somehow trying to spin the fact that the Albanian PM had won their bet and you had been made to look a fool, but somehow you tried to spin that as like some sort of moral victory to you, telling the members of your cult that you would be going to Albania as a guest of the PM. But as part of your spin, you stupidly decided to elaborate on the lie that had got you into the mess in the first place. So the Albanian Prime Minister came back to you again, pointed out that your idea of doing due diligence was nothing like a proper politician's. He actually did do due diligence and found out that there were over 300,000 Albanians in the UK, making your 1 in 50 claim absolutely ludicrous. And it was left to the Albanian PM to explain to people why Britain is great and why you're not. Like, you're clearly not an effective leader because things are really going a little bit awry here and you're not reining it in. I mean, let's take Flaggate, shall we? Zia's trying to make out there's a coup going on because the CEO of one local council won't take down the flag. Now, the reform leader at Warwickshire Council, where Flaggate is happening, is 18-year-old George Finch, who's one of your interim leaders. But it looks like George failed to go through Cabinet to get the approval to take down the flags. It's just protocol. So that's why the CEO said they can't do it, because he hadn't actually fulfilled the protocol. Now all the grown-up councillors there, who of course are not reform councillors, have quite rightly pointed out George went running to you guys as opposed to learning what went wrong to try to sort it out. But instead of doing some research, you're back in front of the camera doing a bit of willy waving, trying to make out that it's the fault of the CEO, whereas in reality it's the fault of you guys not knowing how the system works. And again, Nigel, Darren Grimes posting out on this, like you all repeat the lie. It's almost like you think if you lie often enough, everybody's going to believe it. A bit like when the local councillors down in Kent lied and said they were going to take a 5% pay cut. Turns out that hasn't happened either. Meanwhile, you're still fielding Sarah Pruitt out on the media rounds, even though she's woefully inadequate. Here she is trying to play the, he's irrelevant, I don't even know who he is, card around Ben Habib because he started a new party. We're talking batshit crazy stuff now, Nigel. What about Zia being on your news channel, because of course you do own shares in GB News, saying that we need a much higher threshold for incitement to violence? That would be the same Zia that called the police on Rupert Lowe, Nigel. You guys literally got him arrested and pretended he was dementing. Then Sarah pops up again on Talk TV and it's a car crash. Julia Hartley-Brewer literally wipes the floor with her because Sarah just doesn't know what she's talking about. Sarah was also today talking about basically trying to do what we now call a Dick Tice move, pretend that there was a political prisoner from within her constituency, said he would be arrested for hurty words. Like a little bit like Lucy Connolly, I don't think the guy is innocent. You know, free speech and all that, but if you are stirring up racial hatred, I'm afraid there's a cost. Meanwhile, Darren seems very confused. He's normally posting about pensioners and how the cuts to the winter fuel allowance are going to kill them. And now he's kicking off because the Lib Dems suggested that you have a Cobra meeting in order to try to protect pensioners with the heat. It's like hypothermia bad, boiling the bag good. Like, it makes no sense. And then just to tap it off, your golden boy, Jamie McAvoy, has refused to declare some of his interests on his council register. And seemingly his local council have only just found out that he's your head of local government. I mean, to be fair, Nigel, it's no wonder you're beginning to slip back in the polls, is it? Anyway, good chat, as you were.